Hey, Circle Leaders, we are so grateful for your yes to the invitation from Matthew 28 to disciple others through circles. See, I remember when I first began leading in that capacity at Valley Creek, and I was so excited. I saw these amazing videos of people laughing and heard stories that, in my mind, sound like they were changing the world in probably a week or maybe 2 weeks because of the great discipleship that was happening. So my expectation was here, but unfortunately, reality seemed to be more like here. And there were times that no one was coming, no one was sharing, no one seemed to be taking next steps. And I remember my wife and I looking at each other and saying repeatedly, do we just cancel? I mean, there's only one or maybe two that are coming. See, we had this pie in the sky reality that we hoped would take place, but it just wasn't the case. And we began to ask ourselves, is this worth it? Are we doing something that actually matters? Or maybe we're just not very good at this thing. If you're watching this video, either you really need to hear this today or you will need to hear this soon, that it is worth it. It's worth it. What you're doing, it really does matter. I mean, let's look at Jesus, the best disciple maker there could ever be. He led the core 12 disciples for 3 years, and yet they didn't always seem to understand how the kingdom worked. Some fought to be the favorite. They had a thief amongst them. They got really annoyed because the kids got in the way with their time with Jesus. And then we all know that there's one that betrayed Jesus to the greatest degree. So why do I share that? Because in your circle, there's going to be times that people, they let you down. And they don't participate to the level that you feel like that they should. And you may even feel betrayed by them. But despite these challenges that Jesus had with the disciples, they literally changed the course of history for you and for me because Jesus didn't give up. So what does that mean for you and I? That means when someone begins to frustrate you, complain less and pray a whole lot more. When it seems like no one's going to show up, don't cancel. I repeat, do not cancel. You have prepared, so maybe Jesus wants to do more in you than through you that week. Or you get a chance to have a great or more intimate conversation with the one or the two that are coming. And when it seems like nobody's taking the next step, just remember, we're here to help people take next steps, not to force them. See, looking back in that previous season, I'm reminded of what it says in 1 Corinthians 3, that some plant, that some water, but only God makes the seed grow. See, there are some seeds that were planted 8 years ago that I'm still waiting to see grow. But there are others, can I just tell you, that now I begin to see the fruit in their life. And you don't always get to see the growth that takes place in someone's life, but it's always worth it. If you need help navigating these waters, talk to your Next Steps director, and they'd love to help process those things with you. And just remember, discipleship's hard, but it's always worth it.